Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to an updated Lift Fails and Funny Moments compilation. You're about to witness 47 different little glitches, big glitches, and other random moments with lifts I have filmed over the years. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Starting off with this Otis Gen 2 in Aberdeen, and the voice module in this lift makes some rather strange sounds. What sounds are they? Well, there's only one way to find out.
Going down. Doors closing. Ground floor. Doors opening.
We now head south to Newcastle, where this Morris Vermiport lift is lacking a little in the durability department. You can't really see it in these two photos, but there have been some pretty serious fails over the years, and the photos will now scroll now because I've not got any video clips really. Well, there is one that you'll see, however, there's not really much to say in it, so I will just commentate over it. Yeah, this is not optimal at all. Durability here, not great. So with that being said, we now head north again, this time to Stirling. As you have probably worked out by now, there is no particular order to these clips, but this Kleeman was modded by Consult. In December 2023, I had the challenge of getting it to close, and let's just say, it was perhaps not really too willing to do it. But eventually, it did work, so let's take a look at that. This lift bruh, it's about to break again. God, so nearly almost. So nearly almost. I thought we just had a fail recovery, but it's failed again. A fail recovery, and another fail. It's about to just put itself off. About to put itself out of service mode. Okay, it's done again. Surely. Not surely. Lift. Doors. What? Okay. This lift has issues. Now that that lift's closed up, we will now head south again, this time to Manchester, to the Printworks Apcoa car park. Now this lift looks perfectly fine here. It's showing the indicator going down from 7, but is it really all it seems with that indicator? Let's take a look. It's going down. Yeah, that was certainly something with that indicator. Don't know what half of it means, but there you go. So we now move to Falkirk with the Otis Europa 2000s in the Calendar Square car park. This is a really old fail, this one, from July of 2018. That is 7.5 years ago now, almost. Oh. But anyway, the 10 button decided it wanted to do a little bit of trolling, so let's have a look and see what that trolling involved. 10, I think the button's burnt out. Oh, this indicator works. Okay. There we go and go. Okay, well, that's interesting. There's the indicator. Let's see if we go up. Let's listen to it. That's a nice motor. We now take a look at the Premier Inn in Lancaster, which has a machine roomless Jackson with Leicester controls. But this particular Leicester controls forgot to say something at one point. But the question is, what did it forget to say?
Doors opening. Going up. Please mind the doors. Going up.
So now we have no idea what these doors are actually doing. Let's take a look at this lift in Aberdeen, goods lift number 8 at the Bonaccord. And in a similar sort of topic where doors are involved, it decided it didn't want to go anywhere for some reason. But why didn't it want to go anywhere? And could we resolve it? Let's find out. Ooh, car present indicator. Not seen one of those before. That's going to be the bell that is open up on the floor. Alright, let's get some more rides. ZZ9 840. Oh, okay, electronic Google. Modded by Schindler. Alright, let's take more rides in this. Call, answer, push button, speak here. It should go any second now. There it goes. I felt it move. Brilliant.
Sound good?
First lift. Go on, lift. You can do it. I believe in you.
It's wanting to go.
I can feel it move very, very slightly.
Sorry, let's do it, yeah.
If it's that, I find it funny. It's moving a tiny bit. I cannot figure out which door it is. That's the problem. Okay.
Have you had this happen before?
No. Oh.
There we go.
But hey. That was almost a bit of a fail, but we recovered it. So if this wasn't random, I would definitely leave this one until the end, but I decided to make this random and the wheel threw it in at number 8, Canole Street Car Park in Perth in February 2020. And if you know what this is, you know what's coming, but if you don't, just be prepared to be quite shocked about what you see here.
Doors opening.
That's some good classical. We'll get out of here. Oh dear. Right, that's not very nice. Does this actually press? Okay then. That needs fixing. And that's it. So yeah, it was fair to say that that was probably the most extreme issue with a lift fixture I've ever seen. But anyway, we now move on to this ThyssenKrupp at the Green Market car park in Dundee. Not really a fail as such, more of a funny moment, but it decided to chime a lot for no particular reason while waiting to depart. But how many times did it wish to chime? We're around between 5 and 9. Ooh, double chime. Triple chime. If you say so, lift, I will run with that. I think we'll leave that lift chiming away happily to itself for the time being, and now to the first of 2 Orona 3Gs with the following glitch. Simply put, one call is too much to handle if you're a 3G, but why is it too much to handle? And does it even make any sense that it's too much to handle? Well, I mean, the answer to that's no, isn't it? But let's find out why it was too much to handle. I think, what did person at reception say? 2 weeks it was open before they had to close for the lockdown. And then...
Excess of calls.
Excess of calls. I pressed the button once.
Lift going up.
Nice glitch. I think you'll find one press is not an excess of calls. Every single button though, maybe. From excess of calls to a picture of a call button introducing the next lift. It's another Bonaccord lift. Goods 5 in the St Nicholas part of the Bonaccord. So we've had it not closing properly, causing failure to move. But what about the opposite scenario? Well, let's see what happens there and how we solve that one.
And with a bit of luck, it is actually, is it here? The button lights up. It's here. You might want to try that door, it seems a bit stuck. Hey! Few interesting noises, but happy lifts do always like to make interesting noises, so that logic tracks. Let's exit. We have to get this again. Someone's put some super glue on that interlock or something.
Alright, I'm gonna say it. This one might be the worst one in terms of the ability to use the lift. These two Coneys are really not maintained very well, and at one point it led to a serious accessibility issue. So let's find out exactly what happened there.
So here's this Q part lift, and look at this. These bad condition buttons, I'm guessing that's a close. 2 and 3 are out, and this is what they've got to say, but 3's out on the other lift as well, so 3 is basically inaccessible. But there's a notice screen, I guess. Alright, I'm in the other lift. This one has not had replaced lights, but as you can see, proof that the 3 button is also broken this one. Same notice, so that needs fixing. And there's a notice indicator because that makes sense.
So fortunately that was rectified, and we don't have to worry about accessibility there for the time being. However, something that has been consistently unable to be rectified for years is this Oakland, whose levelling on the upper floor leaves quite a bit to be desired, but also at the same time is quite interesting to figure out where it's at each time we visit it. Quite a funny glitch for you now then, Marks & Spencer in Inverness with its hide-your-wear mod. And just as the sign down there really says, I'm still not quite sure which way it was going, so if anyone can let me know in the comments what you think, I'd love to know, because quite frankly I'm quite clueless, there's no hints at all going on here.
Yay, finally recorded that. Oh, both glitches for good measure.
Okay, while you solve the greatest mystery of all time in that last lift, let's take a quick look at the Railway Museum in York's Universe Mark I with keypad floor select, who's decided to change language for some reason. When I saw this in 2019, it was in English, quite happily, but now on the 2023 visit, and to this day as far as I know, look what it's like now.
So between my last visit and now they've switched the language to French. Good job, company I've never heard of in my life.
I imagine there might be some people possibly glad that I didn't try and pronounce what was visible on that panel. But anyway, we move on to another Oakland lift, this time in Inverness Retail Park. Now this one's a bit more of a fail of maintenance, and as you can see, it's maintained by TKE. And let's just say the downward journey time has gotten a little worse under their maintenance. So there's only one way to find out just how much worse, and that is to run the journey time comparison. So let's see what the difference is.
This lift's got lighting now. It actually works. It is maintained by them, it's a little bit rougher going up. TKE. But the motor still sounds nice. That's slower. A little bit slower. It's not as fast going up. Here's your quick update. Incredibly simple.
And while we feel ourselves aging by the second as that lift takes forever to go down, let's take a look at this Schindler Myconic lift. It's the second episode of Extremely Useful Indicators, so let's see just how useful this one is. Can we make any sense of it, or is it just a complete load of nonsense?
Doors closed.
Prior to its replacement at Calder Street car park in Aberdeen, this Coney had some other interesting indicator issues. This one's quite a classic, dating back to 2018, and, well, let's just say it's a bit more difficult to read this indicator than normal, although at least it does show things that make sense.
Here we are. Now we will exit. Oh wow, look at that! It's put on sideways for some reason. That is messed up. There it goes. While we wait for it once again to come back. It still has a glitch from the last video. The indicator, remember, is rotated 90 degrees to the right.
Doors open.
Barely put the tank. Right, it come. Ooh! Ooh, it's not just 6 of us a glitch then.
Doors
See if we make it chime.
Doors open.
It's good. Very quiet chime. Let it go. Yep, starting to see this arrow.
Doors closed.
And there it goes. And that will be it.
And now we take a break from indicators going wrong to take a look at something else going wrong. And this one actually took some experimenting to truly find out what was going on with it and how to get around it. This one decided it didn't want to start up, but there is a workaround. So let's see what that workaround ended up being.
Wow, it's done it again. It's failing to start. Okay, this is faulty, this right hand lift.
Upper ground.
I want to get left hand serial number, but I want to check to see this more. 4th time. See, it's not showing out. Oh no, there it goes out of service. What's a strange fault? It starts at fine when it's called, but not when there's anyone in it. I'm really sorry about these lights.
Ground floor.
Like really, this is terrible. I've never seen it like this. Science time. It's not doing anything. Now press. Interesting, now it works. So it just doesn't like starting up right after the doors are closed.
Doors opening.
Alright, for once, not an indicator issue, but this time, a button decided to have an issue. While filming this lift, this button decided it would stop doing part of its key function in being a button. Don't worry, I could still use it to get to the top floor, but something else went a bit wrong with it.
Ground floor. Doors closing.
This button is just burnt out. Brilliant. Anyway, here's your update on lifts at Edinburgh Park Station.
And now let's re-enter the land of machine roomless Leicesters, this time at Premier Inn in Trafford Centre West. But this time, guess what? It's actually the same issue. It's forgetting things again, but this time, it's forgetting something else. What did it forget this time, I wonder?
Doors opening.
We'll go see.
Doors closing.
Okay, interesting. That's it.
Did you ever wonder why cheap generic modernisation packages are never usually the solution to a problem? Well, maybe this one had been a solution to a different problem, but it's created its own one in the process, as it doesn't always know what floor it's really arrived at when announcing the floor. 3. And it is Pickering's that did this mode. It's that indicator. Let's see, will any of these work? Second floor? Excuse me? I like to think this is the 3rd floor, but let's try going basement now. Okay, now this one was a bit crazy. We've combined Leicester and Pickering's, 2 things that we've already seen problems with so far, and when you get those 2 together, the problems just get worse, and this one was pretty crazy. I don't even know how to describe it. Just take a look at it and just see what happens.
Doors opening.
Well, that was interesting.
Please mind the door.
Didn't you do that for me?
Doors opening. Going up. Please mind the door. Doors opening. Going up.
This lift has gone possessed.
Please mind the door. Doors closing.
Okay, now it's nudge mode.
Going up.
Alright, well,
Do that for me.
If you thought our time at Bonaccord was over, well, you'd be wrong. I've got one more for you. This one here. Remember the previous one that didn't want to move? Well, here's a sequel.
let's go again. I said, let's go again. I think we have a lock that is struggling to lock. It may be the outside door. It's not the outside door. The outside door is closed. That might be it. It might have just nudged open very slightly. This time it must work. There we go. I think the outside door just nudged open very slightly as it stopped. And that was enough to make the lock not lock.
And seeing as we haven't had enough Aberdeen stuff already, here's the P&J Live with their big Coney monogoods. And as you've already seen if you've seen the video, one of them is rather liking its nudge mode, so much so that it'll just do it for no reason. And let's just say, that wasn't the only one that likes its nudge mode.
Going down.
Didn't press the open button again. Oh well. We wait for the timer to do its thing. Okay, so floor 1 just pressed itself and now nudge mode activated. Right, we like lifts with a personality, that's a new one.
Ground floor. First floor. Doors opening.
But what you can do is watch the levelling close up.
Going down. Doors closing.
Yep. I thought for a second it might not do that, but it did.
Okay, so what I will say with this one is that there probably was signs further down to indicate that this one wasn't working, but where I started there was certainly nothing to indicate that, but yet it seems nothing was happening.
Alright, here's the other lift. This is noticeably not as good condition. I hope it works. It might not be on. Let's see. Is that hearing anything? Oh, That noise. I'm not sure if this one's on. Alright, fail.
And seeing as we've been away for a while, let's go back to the four-side footbridge and back in time to 2019. Where we have a look at the one with 2 sets of doors, and well, if you know what the doors are doing, you better tell the lift because it has no idea, that's for sure.
No. Doors opening. Let's get it and let them have it. Doors opening.
Come on, bud.
Sadly the other cleaning here is no more. It's been
Rust. It's killed me just a strong gone after.
opening,
These are killed, they're still there.
closing, opening,
Looks like an express shop because how rusted the rail is.
and there goes this wonderful little lift.
Doors, close it. Oh, sorry, wait, we're on to the next one now. Yeah, right, okay, so, this Benny lift, James Street, platform 3 in Liverpool. Didn't really sound too great at the top floor. Bit low on fluid, or just a bit run down? You be the judge.
Well, that button's been replaced. Nice. I've got old dearest buttons. 80s, I think. Benny. 1993. Oh, that sounds nice. Go down. Everyone Chris emergency phone. Not in the best condition, but it's not often to see one of these.
And now something which has been documented quite extensively across multiple locations. The double voice problem in Otis lifts. It's a really strange one and I still don't really know why it's happening, but here is Glasgow's example, where some of these lifts have 2 voices, New Druce Grove and one other, which you are about to find out what it is.
Doors opening. Doors closing.
Doors closing.
Trying to get the middle lift and it did not work. Maybe tomorrow.
Alright, so this one is probably the biggest fail in terms of inconvenience caused. But if you've seen the Storytime video, you know what this is. But if you haven't, I'm gonna link it to you now, because that'll give you the full context. Getting stuck in an Otis 2000 hydraulic lift in JD in Glasgow Buchanan St. Yeah, you need to watch the video to find out how that happened and how we got out in the end. And while we wait to be rescued from that hydraulic lift, let's go back to Newcastle and into the Spiral car park next to Eldon Square bus station, where we have a modernised lift. And this lift is very chime happy, much like Greenmarket, except this one will just chime at all the wrong times in all the wrong places. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look.
Alright, we're at the Spiral car park here in Newcastle Eldon Square. I'm going to quickly ride their lift. Alright, here we go. It's a Coney series, modernised. That makes random weird chimes because the logic's not very good. How far down will we get?
Another one of the classics for you, Aberdeen Maritime Museum. On screen now is a photo from 2018 showing its really poor levelling. But the question is, did it get any better by 2023 when I did a revisit? Only one way to find out, roll the clip.
Excellent. Continue doing a bit. Feeling it a bit more.
And now to some lifts which I believe are sadly abandoned at the moment with no immediate clear future ahead of them. The Mount Pleasant Car Park Express lifts in Liverpool. Let's hop into the one, when it was working, the only one that didn't have original buttons. And let's just say, original buttons seem to make the lift more reliable, because a broken button in this one led to quite a lot of confusion for a moment.
Right, one. Button doesn't lock up. Oh, 1 9. And we're stopping on 9. Someone's obviously called it. Gonna go anywhere? Oh, okay, now it goes. Okay, fair enough. Let the lift without the original buttons do it once and let the other ones work perfectly. Here we are at 1. That was strange. Ooh, harsh stop.
Would you ever imagine that a lift fail could be an impression of another lift fail? Well, the Seabreeze footbridge Stana in Dundee certainly gave it a good go, as it was doing impressions of the Forthside footbridge lift in Stirling. So there you go, a fail that's an impression of a fail, being done by a lift on a footbridge, of a lift on a footbridge. It's just, it all lines up perfectly really, doesn't it? And not one to be outdone by Eldon Garden in Newcastle, this Coney at the Omnicentre in Edinburgh also didn't want to show up. It was up on the top floor and just didn't move. No real explanation.
Alright, we're at the Omnicentre in Edinburgh. We've got looks like our first Jenny disc, if that's going to work. Is that going to work? Doesn't look like it's accepting the call, for whatever reason. This button might just be weird. And it's not accepting the call. Okay, well that's it.
Been a while since we were last showing the Europas, wasn't it? So I think it's time we went back to them. Uh-oh. Something's going wrong with the right lift at level 2. Best take a look at what's going on there then.
Do you feel it slightly on the floor?
You do. Some people could be washing up or some butt.
Let's listen to it.
That emergency stopped.
Did it actually? No, it's still leveling. That was leveled.
That stopped instantly.
Did it actually?
Oh my god, they realised everything that happened on that.
Oh wow.
And now from an older Rotus to a newer Rotus. Going down in this Gen 2, everything seemed quite normal at first, but then something started happening which would seem very unexplained. The question is, was it a glitch? Or was it not a glitch? I know the answer, but I want you to try and figure it out for yourself.
Most have used the door close button on the lift in a while, but here we go down. This one doesn't bounce to start up like the other one. Okay.
Ground floor. Doors opening.
Okay, this lift's possessed.
Door out.
Juice go vote as you're possessed.
I've got a question for you. Who else misses Debenhams lifts? It was very much always a good installation when you find a Debenhams store. It was very rare that you'd find anything subpar. But here is a Debenhams lift. This was taken right before the store closed, and something was a bit wrong on one of the button panels.
Going down. Doors closing. Car park, level 1.
Now then, if you thought you were done with the useless indicators in this compilation, you were wrong. Here's another one. Sports Direct Edinburgh with its Paragon mod. This indicator started off life perfectly fine. But then on this particular visit, it was very much not fine. What was the issue? There's only one way to find out.
What has gone wrong with the Paragon?
I wonder, does this look normal?
Really? Basement.
Interesting buttons though.
We have just 8 fails left to show now before the end of the video, so let's keep going at this pace. We go to Cardiff now, somewhere that I don't think I've shown yet in this compilation. and this Coney was located in a Premier Inn. The signs say it's out of order, but is it actually? That's quite a good question, and the lift itself left us with more questions than answers really. Let's take a look. Apparently that one's out of order. But no, it's arrived. What do you think we should do? Okay, it's under maintenance. I'll let it go. So then, if you're currently reading the sign underneath the picture of this Orona, I think you know what's coming. Premier Inn, Glasgow St Enoch, the Orona 3G. Excessive calls. Let's see it.
Doors closing. Excess of calls. Lift going up.
Brilliant, that glitch. So here's an odd one that I've never actually shown before. This modded Myconic, that was modded by Coney, had a brief issue back in 2022 where if you stood at a certain corner of the cab, there was a chance the interlocks could cause an emergency stop. So let's take a look at that emergency stop occurring. It goes without saying that that issue has long since been fixed, but now to one that is sort of not really fixed, from the best of my understanding. The Newgate Street Coney in Eldon Square in Newcastle. There are many healthier Coneys than this. Many healthier ones. Trick it. Listen to it. We are in. Pressed it too early, I forgot something pre-door. Staying in the northeast of England, but this time in the Metrocentre, is this Otis Gen 2 from 2004 in the transport interchange. We're back to useless indicators again, but this is not quite the same sort of useless indicator. So let's see what's happened this time. This is the lifts of transport interchange in Metrocentre and Gateshead. That's not worth viewing. We are very close to the end now, just a couple more to go. And let's just say, everything was going well in this train station stand, aside from a couple of random voice glitches. But in the last couple of downward journeys, things suddenly went a lot differently. And on platform 1. These lifts have got a much higher pitched sound than what I'm used to seeing on network rail lifts. Makes them kind of interesting. Whoa. 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 Okay, we're bouncing now. I have to go one more. I've gone down.
Doors closing.
BBC trick. Now let's see if it does that again. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not exaggerating that movement, that's bouncy. That's what it's doing. That is so odd. It's just doing that now. Alright, we'll exit here. So I'm just going to talk over this next one because the clip that is involved is really not that big at all. But let's go to the Premier Inn at Albert Dock in Liverpool with this Orona 3G. One more indicator fail, but this time outside. If we look closely at this outside indicator, you can see it thinks the lift is starting. But if I show you another portion of this video, you can see the lift is working perfectly. So why is it starting? I guess a little bit of a communications failure. With that being said, we have one more fail to show, and it is, quite simply put, a classic. It's one that I've shown in many different compilation videos before. It was probably in the last fail compilation, as well as in some chime compilations. And that is the Schindler at the Great North Museum in Newcastle, where the chime glitch outside caused a bit of an issue for a while. So let's see what that issue is and how to fix it.
Schindler just broke.
And now that lift has fixed itself, we arrive at the end of the compilation. 47 fails and funny moments have been seen. Let me know in the comments what your favourite one was, what you thought of some of them. Is there ones you haven't seen before? There should be a couple that you haven't seen before, because there are a few things here that are unreleased, or at least partially unreleased. But with that being said, I would like to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. You know the things to do if you enjoyed it, because quite simply put, everyone says it. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next video, whatever that may be.